The following is a presentation of the Western Ontario Super Hockey League. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Andrew Rogers here, the Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast. This is episode number 16. It is great to be back with you guys once again. Thank you very much for tuning in, as always. It's great to be back with you guys once again. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody's staying safe. Everyone's, healthy and happy and everything good. As we welcome in another episode of this Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast. We inch closer and closer to the beginning of the inaugural season for the Super Hockey League. It's going to be really exciting. 6 teams on the dock, of course: Alvinston Killer Bees, Laura Rocks, Langton Royals, Stratford Fighting Irish, Strathroy Jets, and the Telusburg Thunder. It's going to be a great season. We're definitely looking forward to the puck drop, no question about it. A couple of interesting bullet points here, news to get out of the way before we get on to our guest this week on the podcast. First of all, from the Alvinston Killer Bees, if you want to try out for Alvinston, there's some information to pass along here. There's a $55 payment for the ice time. Saturday, August the 28th from 2 o'clock till 3 o'clock, 2 p.m. to 3. Sunday, August the 29th, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday, September the 4th from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And if you are selected then to the team, you get to participate in the skate on Sunday, September the 5th from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. Again, all ice times in Alvinston. If you want to register, you have to email Sean Dickey. So that's SDICKEY.killerbees@gmail.com with your name, address, town, cell number, email address, and top 3 choices for a jersey number. So that, just so you know, so once you email to the email and send payment to the treasurer, that's treasurer.killerbees@gmail.com, that you're going to be registered for those ice times. And then it says here, all players that have not secured a corporate sponsorship must pay $55, and then all players are to skate in the tryout process. That's from the Alvinston Killer Bees. And then want to pass along this information to the Laura Rocks. They have some tryout dates here for their first season. Just a note, all skates are taking place at the Elora Community Center. First skate is Thursday, August 26th from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. Tuesday, August 31st from 8 to 10. Thursday, September the 2nd from 8 to 10. And then Wednesday, September 8th with a time to still be determined. Cost per player for this is $75 for guaranteed 3 skates. If you are interested in trying out for the Elora Rocks, contact General Manager Mitch Scott, 647-780-3466, or elorarocks1@gmail.com to secure your spot. You can also secure your spot by paying e-transfer for the skates. So just to pass a little information along there. You know it's coming, the start of the season, when teams start announcing tryout dates. Again, a lot of these teams have also announced player commitments for these tryouts. And it's just going to be really exciting to get to that first day. And when we have our season openers, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're definitely excited about that. Excited today, too, about the podcast. Again, just of note, before we introduce our guest this week, make sure to follow along with our social media guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's easy to do and easy to follow along. And then also make sure to check out our website. That is www.woshl.com. And you can find all the latest happenings there. All the teams are integrated into that website. So make sure to follow along with all the socials for all the teams to get the latest information. Like I said, this week on the podcast, episode number 16, Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast, our guest today from the Langton Royals prospect, defenseman Ryan MacDonald. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased at this time to welcome in our guest on this edition of the Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast. Very pleased to welcome in at this time from the Langton Royals, Ryan MacDonald. Ryan, it's great to have you here, pal. Thanks a lot for coming on, and welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me on here, Andrew. And I've been watching few of your podcasts and a few of the videos that have gone up with the other guys in the league and some of the higher ups in the league, and really liked what I was hearing and glad to be on.
Yeah, we're definitely pleased to have you on here, pal. It's like I say, it's great to finally meet you in a sense. I'm sure we'll meet down the line in a futures game come the season start in October. So take us back to, I guess, when it kind of came to the point that you were going to be potentially, I guess, joining the Langton Royals. Like, how did that whole process work out for you?
Well, I like everybody through the pandemic, just finding things to keep busy and stay busy, get out of the house, and been playing pickup since my last junior season a few years ago, and got playing pickup again through the pandemic and got the competitive itch, and scrolling down Facebook one day and I seen the Western Ontario Super Hockey League pop up along with the Telusburg Thunder. And so I got reading, and lo and behold, I read Langton Royals, and I knew Jason had started that program out in Langton a few years ago. And so I reached out to Jason and just asking a few questions, and really liked what I heard about the team in the league and the program that he was going to be running, and decided to commit and play some competitive hockey.
Right on. And yeah, like anyone who knows Jason and has followed along with this league obviously can attest to how impressive it's been, some of the videos that Jason's been sharing. Like, speak a little bit about that whole training regimen, because it's pretty impressive. And obviously the new facility he's built as well. He's put a lot of time, a lot of commitment into it. Like, what's that all been like so far?
It's been great. Right now he's running camps for kids ages 11 to 13 and 14 and up.
Okay.
And he's got a dryland facility with AstroTurf inside, some synthetic ice, weights, and he really runs you through the paces and really gets you you're not just there to work out, you're there to train for hockey. You're there doing specific movements that do translate onto the ice. And he pushes everybody, but not in an overbearing way. In a way, he pushes you in a way that makes you want to dig deeper, drive harder.
Right. And
so over the last few weeks there, after work, I work full time. And so after work, I'll get home and I'll head over to the training facility, because it's actually the street behind my house. So
right.
It's very convenient for me.
No doubt.
And so I head over there and I train with them, and it's been great.
Right on, man. That's really cool. That's great to hear that things are going well, obviously. So you've been out of the game, I guess, in terms of a competitive, you mentioned, for quite a few years. Like, what has been the main reason that you've been away? Like, was it is it, like, there could be any number of reasons. I was just wondering kind of what was it that took you away, and how excited are you to get back?
Just adult life.
Sure.
Growing up, I had some interest from some ACHA schools in the States, but by the time that news came around, I wasn't prepared to do my ACTs. So I passed on that opportunity, which is a deep regret of mine now that I'm sitting here. But then shortly after that, I met my girlfriend I have now, Holly. And shortly after that, we had our first daughter together. Perfect. And then now, 4 years later, we have 3 daughters.
So it's a nice little big family of 5. Dude, you're outnumbered. What's going on?
Yep. Playing a zone defense. And
awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah, so I was I just got tied into adult life and working, and not that I didn't want to play hockey anymore. It's just how things shaped out for me, that wasn't in the cards at the time, but now I'm a bit more established and ready to get out and play some competitive hockey again.
No doubt. No, hey, I totally can respect that. Congratulations, obviously, on the family you built, and that's pretty amazing. I mean, any person will tell you that building a family and getting that established is a huge goal, and clearly you've accomplished that. Having spoken to a lot of parents, players that are now, parents in their own right. Speak a little bit about maybe some excitement that it's going to be for you to play in front of them, like to have them there, to have them as that support system in this new venture of yours that you're taking on. Like, is that something you look forward to?
Absolutely. It means the world to me. And actually this year I got my oldest daughter watching hockey with me, and excellent. Every night she'd be like, "Daddy, watch hockey. Daddy, watch hockey."
Perfect.
And so I think she's got the bug, and so I think all four of them are really gonna enjoy coming out and watching hockey and watching Dad go out there and play some good hockey, and hopefully see where the season takes us. But hopefully it's into the spring sometime.
And now, so you're primarily a D man, and obviously, yeah, having them there, you don't want to. What you want to make sure that you don't do, Ryan, is spend more time in the penalty box than on the ice. I mean, I'm sure they don't want to see that necessarily, but at the same time, I understand as much as anything that you got to maintain that competitive edge. Would you say that's a big advantage to your game, is being playing a little bit aggressively and a bit on the edge to bring a physical aspect to the game?
Oh, absolutely. I make no. I don't beat around the bush.
Sure.
I play an aggressive game of hockey, and I'm out there to win and do just about anything to win. And especially when it comes to my teammates, if it comes to it, I stick up for my teammates in a heartbeat. Doesn't matter if they're first year, fourth year, if I've never met them before. As soon as we got the same jersey on, you're part of the family, and I'll do anything to protect you and stick up for you.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear, buddy. That's what I like to hear. That's an awesome answer. Like, obviously, yes, let's just continue on that front for a little while. Like, how big is that to a team's success? This idea of, getting together and bonding as a team and just being able to get along with the guys in the locker room that you sit next to. Like, how important is that to an overall team success in your mind?
I think that's huge. Knowing you can go out there every night and your teammates, your line mates have your back in any situation. Especially a lot of this higher end skilled guys. I think that gives them a lot more room to roam around and use their high skill set to make plays and do what they do, knowing that they have their teammates to back them up, whether it's in the corner or in front of the net or wherever it may be. But I think it's vital, and I think it's pretty important to the game of hockey to have that bond and that camaraderie in your team. And I've seen when teams don't have that, it falls apart pretty quickly.
Right. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I would agree with a lot of those things that you just mentioned there. Let's go back a little bit to your junior hockey career. The last time you were really playing competitive hockey, you spent a couple of years with the Woodstock Navy Vets. Just touch on that experience for you, and kind of what your takeaway from that experience was. Like, were there memorable moments, times that stick out? What do you take away from that experience?
My time, I did enjoy my time in Woodstock. I mean, if you were to look at my stats from those years, they're nowhere near impressive or anything to brag about. But I had a role, and I played my role, and I was happy to have that role as much as I love the game and playing hockey. But I met a lot of great friends there and played with some pretty good hockey players there. Actually, one of them's going to be, I know for sure, is going to be playing in the league this year. Not
Okay.
with me, but against me, Tyler Arsenal.
Oh yeah. The Stratford Fighting
Yeah,
Irish. Yep.
yeah. So we'll see some familiar faces out there, but playing in Woodstock was awesome. Got to play in one of the biggest barns in the league, and the crowds that they drew, 500 to over 1,000 people.
Wow.
I mean, not too many people can say they played junior in front of 1,000 people or more.
Sure.
And especially in the junior C division, that's pretty uncommon to have an arena and have a draw that big. But the community in Woodstock supports the Navy vets, and they're a great community. And I hope to translate that to Langton.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, obviously, that's going to be a huge thing for this league in general, is going to be community involvement and community outreach. We'll touch on that in a little bit. Just wanted to ask you about your time with the Telusburg Hurricanes. That's the last team that you played for competitively. Obviously, being, that you're living in Telusburg now, I mean, anytime you play in a local place for a local team, that's got to be something special to you. What's your takeaway from your singular year with the Hurricanes?
It's a great community. That's one reason why I had no problem moving back here and starting my life here with my family. Right. Was that the community is great. There's a lot of great people in the community, and they do love their hockey. They are it is a passionate hockey town. The year we had in Telusburg, it was our first year as a team in the league.
Okay.
So it was initially it was tough generating interest with the community, but throughout the season, you started to see it grow more and more and more as we got out and did things, whether it was the parade, or we did some time at the food bank as well, I believe. Right. And we started drawing some more attention from the community and got some more interaction and young kids coming out. And it was a tough season statistic wise as a team. Definitely. Right. We had a lot of kids from out of country, out of province, out of the continent too.
Right.
So it was tough. It was a tough year, I'll be honest. But it's hard to expect much in your first year together, especially when you're put together in such a short amount of time, and you're expected to not only gel but play a system, which was easy to run. Jason's system was straightforward. It's just like any other hockey coach would run. Right. But I think the commitment, some of the older and younger junior players from out of province didn't fully buy in.
Right.
And that's an issue with teams that you see that don't have success, that not everybody buys in.
Sure. Well, and so let's talk on that. So obviously with this new league and this new team, the Langton Royals, in your experience and at least in mine, having guys commit and buy in is so crucial to a team's success, because if you don't have those guys showing up consistently for practices, for games, it's going to be really hard to compete and to be successful. What's your take on that?
Absolutely. And that's one thing that I noticed there in my first year. And I was traveling back and forth from Brantford to Telusburg at the time. I wasn't living in Telusburg at the time, so it was hard to kind of, as an assistant captain, stay on top of some of the younger guys and some of the guys that were billeting. It's hard to keep track of what they were up to and if they were taking it as seriously as they should. But with this coming year, definitely not going to let anybody skate by. Just be along for the ride.
Absolutely.
I want everybody to buy in and do their part, whether it's showing up for dry land or being on the ice. Everybody's got to do their part. It's just how a hockey team works.
Absolutely. Hey, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's pretty awesome. Well, we're speaking with Ryan MacDonald, Langton Royals prospect here on the Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast. I want to touch on this because it's really interesting. You're living in Telusburg. You're playing for the Langton Royals. What is that first game of Langton Royals, Telusburg Thunder? What's that going to be like for you?
I'm excited for it. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a good barn. I got a lot of friends and family around here that are looking forward to it.
Sure.
And I'm sure it's going to be a good rivalry, being so close, not too far from each other. Hopefully we can develop a good couple series of games between each other and see where it goes from there.
Absolutely. And the interesting part about it, obviously, about this league in general, you have the Telusburg Thunder and you have the Aurora Rocks, a couple of well-established franchises, if you will, that have, pre-existing rosters. They come from another league. They have a good core that they're kind of trying to figure out who's going to stay, who's going to go, that sort of thing. But with the other 4 teams in the league, including the Langton Royals, it's start from scratch. Do you guys feel like that? Do you feel like that's going to be an advantage for your team as being a relative unknown? Or is that going to be something you guys are going to have to work harder to be successful in this league?
I believe it's definitely something that we're going to have to work harder at to be successful. Aurora and Telusburg, like you said, they're established. They've got their core group of guys that I'm sure that are coming over with them from that other league. They've played together for a few years, if not longer, and they already have that chemistry and they already know their systems in place. So definitely the 4 other teams that are just starting from scratch this year, Langton, Strathroy, Stratford, and Alveston, definitely everybody's going to have to dig in and work hard to be competitive with these 2 teams.
Absolutely. It's going to be so much fun. I honestly can't wait to get started. No question about it. Again, so when it comes to you specifically, you've been out of the game competitively for a while. I guess there has to be a level of excitement for that. I mean, what is it about this game that you love so much that you're coming back to get, and like you said, to dig right in and get started again?
Just like everybody, the feeling of watching the puck go past the goalie in a meaningful moment, whether it's a game or whether it's a game winner, whether it's just a goal, whether it's being in the locker room with the guys, training, there's everything I love about the game. There's between walking into the rink and the way it smells.
As odd as that may sound, right?
Yeah, as odd as that may sound, I believe every other hockey player knows what I mean. The smell of the rink, it's like nothing other. And I've always had the competitive itch, and playing pickup in men's league it's all right.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It scratches the itch a little bit, but it doesn't fill that. Yeah, it doesn't fill the hunger. Like I said earlier, I like to win.
There you go. That's it.
When you're playing men's league and pickup, it's like
no one wants to see that.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. You're not winning anything.
Right.
And with this new league coming in and the other conference already being established, it's a great opportunity to feed that hunger again.
Absolutely.
And go back out and play hockey again.
Absolutely.
Meaningful hockey.
That's it. Meaningful. That's right. That is the key. Last question I got for you, Ryan. Just could you touch a little bit on the work that Jason's put in? Like I say, he's so hard at it and he's put so much time and effort into it. Like, can you just kind of give him a little bit of recognition on just how how, like, and a little insight on how good of a job he's done.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, the videos he's sending you and the training facility he has over there.
That's awesome.
All right. Yeah.
Oh.
I got my oldest one here. I'm being told what to do.
Awesome. Hey, there she is.
Hey, you want to say hi? Nope.
Okay.
Now she's being shy.
All good.
Anyways, but yeah, Jason, he really cares about the guys he trains and the players he trains. Like, he takes time to explain the drills to you.
Awesome.
In a minute, please. And
hey, dad duty.
He really, yep. He really takes the time to explain everything. And if you do mess something up, yeah, he's gonna get upset. But mistakes happen, and that's where if you explain what you did wrong and what to do. All right. Thank you, Mia.
Oh, man.
Can you go see mom? Go see mom, please. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
If anybody who's a parent knows what I'm going through right now.
Dude, this speaks to the realness of the situation. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Come home to 3 beautiful girls. But
that's what it's all about.
Jason, he like I said, he takes the time with every player, he doesn't just blow the whistle and make you skate. He brings you over, explains what you should do, where you should be, whether it's on the ice doing a drill, or whether it's a skill drill, or just a shooting drill, or if it's dry land.
Awesome.
I'm being ambushed right here.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, no, you know what, dude? At the end of the day, like, you know, he's a great guy, and obviously speaking to you, you know, you're just a fantastic dude as well. So I wish you all the best, obviously, on the upcoming season, and I really look forward to coming out and seeing the Langton Royals play. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I appreciate that, Andrew.
We've been
having me on.
Yeah, we've been speaking with Ryan MacDonald, Langton Royals prospect here on the Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast. Ryan, it's been a pleasure, dude. We'll definitely do this again, and thanks a lot for doing it.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew.
This Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast is brought to you by Joe's Diner. Come and enjoy Joe's all-day breakfast, located at 155 Erie Street in Stratford. Call 519-272-9933. Yes, once again, we'd like to thank our guests for coming on to the podcast this week, Ryan MacDonald from the Langton Royals. It was a great time talking with him, and we appreciate him taking time out of father duty to talk with us. So thank you very much, Ryan, for that. We appreciate it a lot. We also want to thank Joe's Diner for sponsoring the podcast. So very much appreciated them. Check it out. They got great food. They're at 155 Erie Street in Stratford. I am Andrew Rogers, the host of the Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast. Next week, there will be no guests on the podcast, as I will be in Stratford. Stratford Fighting Irish holding their annual golf tournament. There will be a podcast special on that, so make sure to check out for that. The date and time of that release is still unknown at this time, but definitely information will be posted on that as soon as we have it. So thank you very much again for watching this episode of the podcast, Western Ontario Super Hockey League podcast, episode number 16. I am Andrew Rogers, your host, wishing you a pleasant weekend, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.